Yeah, I'm back. Open those books, kids. Butterfly in the sky. I can fly twice as high. Take a look, it's in the book. Reading Rainbow. I can't go anywhere. All truth, no lies. A blessing disguise. You're reading with more time.
Hello world, boys and girls. You have now tuned into another episode of Reading Rainbow with J.Prince. On today's episode, we'll be reading one of my childhood favorites, Little Red Riding Hood. Let's dig into it. A long time ago, there lived a sweet little girl who was thoughtful and kind, like me, the gentle giant, that loved to visit her grandmother. Her grandmother enjoyed the visits because they would talk about mess and who was fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry. So one day, the little girl received a present from her. She gave her a wool cape. It was the girl's favorite color, a wonderful cherry red, because she felt that red turned heads. The little girl liked her cape so much that she wore it everywhere, from hood to hood. Fifth Ward, Texas to be exact. So one day, her mother told her that her grandmother wasn't feeling well. Could it be a heartbreak for Mr. Ernest? Who knows? But she had to go down there to feed her grandmother some goodies. So she packed her basket along with all the victuals, spam, noodles, and jackmack. So as she approached the wooden trail, she was approached by a wolf, a sneaky, scumbag, piece of shit wolf. But what this wolf didn't know, that Little Red Riding Hood was family. And one thing you don't do is mess with my family. As she approached her grandmother's house, she knew she didn't have to talk to him or say anything to this scumbag, piece of shit wolf. The wolf said, "Hello, where are you going?" Little Red Riding Hood replied, "None of your motherfucking business." Mob ties. As she approached her grandmother's house, the sneaky, sly fox climbed through the window. Before he climbed, he peeped in the window. Month of September, riding foreign car in the winter. So, when Little Red Riding Hood knocked on the door, she heard a voice say, "Come in." She knew something was fishy because they didn't ask who the hell it was before they said, "Come in." And you know, if you don't announce yourself going to a black person's house, better yet, Big Mama's house, it's gonna be some shit. She walked in the room and seen her grandmother cuddle up under the covers, smelling like mothballs. So she pushed the door and said, "Grandmother, something is not right about you." At that moment, Little Red Riding Hood understood that it was a sneaky, sly, piece of shit wolf lying in that bed. "Grandmother, what big ass ears you have. Better to hear you with, my darling." She understood something was wrong because her grandmother didn't call her my dear. She called her a heifer. "Grandmother, what big teeth you have." She then knew that wasn't her grandmother because grandmother didn't have no teeth. Then Little Red Riding Hood came to her senses and realized that was the scumbag wolf. There was a knock at the door. The wolf said, "Who's there?" All he heard was, "It's the mob, and have come to save the day." So the wolf jumped out the window. Little did he know, Little Red Riding Hood and the mob triple teamed on him, dropping them Fifth Ward bees on him. The more I swung, the more blood flew. Then the wolf disappeared, and the mob disappeared too. The end. Remember today's lesson: bad news will always beat you home. Until next time, kids, be you, stay safe. Mom.